All right, good afternoon. Welcome once again to Chemistry Simplified. And today we'll be looking at fat and oil, okay? And during the course of this class, they want us to list the sources, explain the preparation, explain the properties. They want us to explain saponification, adding of oil, tell them the uses and their test, okay? Fats and oil generally are called lipids or glyceride, and they are prepared by the reaction of your monohydric and your tricarboxylic acid, which is esterification reaction. Okay, there are differences between your fat and your oil. Really, your fats are animal origin, while your oil they are mainly plant origin. Now your fats are solid, and your liquid and your oil are liquid. Okay, their fat has high melting point and your oil has low melting point. Yes, the ester of your fatty acid now are highly saturated. Okay, they are highly saturated in fat, saying that they have high proportion of saturated fatty acid. So for your oil, they have high proportion of unsaturated fatty acid. So meaning we have two types of fatty acid, which are the saturated fatty acid and the unsaturated fatty acid. So we say it is saturated if it has only single bond, no double bond, and it is unsaturated if you have one or more double bond. So example, we have your hexadecanoic, which is our palmitic acid, and that is found in palm oil. We also have our octadecanoic, which we have in our stearic acid, and that is seen in our animal fat. Yeah, we also have oleic acid, and that is octadecanoic acid, which we have in our peanuts and in our olive oil. Then we also have linoleic acid. Yes, I like that. Linoleic acid, and that is our octadecanoate of dienoic acid, and we can see that in our vegetable oil. Yes, now vegetable oil. Now, generally, your fat and oil chemically undergoes oxidation and oxidation. Some of them go rancid too, which is the oxidation. Then you have hydrolysis. Then they can react with caustic soda. Now this reaction with caustic soda is what we call saponification reaction. So when your fat and oil react with caustic soda, you have your soap and your glycerol. Your glycerol is propyl 1,2,3 tri oil. Okay, so what about your margarine? Your margarine is made from oil, and it is produced when you hydrogenize or hydrogenation of oil. Okay, so at the temperature of 180 degrees Celsius and 5 atmosphere, when you bring in hydrogen into your oil, it gets hardened. Then you can now add your salt, your vitamins, your skimmed milk, and that makes your margarine. Okay, so now fats and oil generally they have varieties of uses, from soap. You can use them as food. Some of them are even using in making plates. Okay, so if you want to test for fat and oil in the laboratory, what do you need to do? Just put your oil on the paper. So you see this, the grease will be translucent on the paper, and you can also use soda 3. When using soda 3, it's going to stain the oil with it's gonna stain it red. Okay, don't forget that. So you're gonna shake the oil with water. Okay, so we call it a day here. See you next time.